Pineapple! These spiky, spiny bromeliads have been the embodiment of hospitality for 500 years or so. In true British style, society's upper crust of the 16th and 17th centuries bastardized this idea to becoming nothing more than a status symbol to be lauded over the common folk. So rare and exotic back then that just one pineapple would be worth 10 grand in today's money. These things contain a particularly nasty enzyme called bromelain, which breaks down proteins in living cells, including the collagen in your hands and your tongue. It's actually used as an industrial meat tenderizer, and it's why people often complain of a tingly mouth or tongue when eating raw pineapple. Nowhere is this effect more evident than in pineapple plantations, where the workers will often find that their fingerprints are completely erased by this compound. When you eat pineapples, pineapples eat you. Pineapples have a very special place amongst bartenders and bars, and I could talk at length about how this one fruit has created entire sectors of the bartending world, but maybe that's for another time. Perhaps the most well-known pineapple cocktail is the pina colada, and there is so much going on there that I think that deserves its own episode, so I won't be making one today. I will, however, be exploring some less well-traveled recipes, and just like every week, I break my drinks down into 3 sections. Super simple, where no special tools are required, mega tasty, where a simple infusion or syrup is called for, and ultra fancy, where maximum effort is needed. But before I can make any drinks, I have to do some prep. I have to. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna make is a somewhat involved but totally delicious pineapple cordial. It's kind of like a tropical roses lime cordial. Start by chopping 300 grams of fresh pineapple flesh. I chopped mine earlier when I thought I was recording, but gremlins managed to steal the footage. Then spank all of the flesh through a rotary or centrifugal juicer. Now, pineapple juice can froth up loads when juicing this way, so what I like to do is add a little Pectinex, which is a bunch of enzymes that break down compounds that makes fruit juice cloudy. It's totally optional. The only thing that it needs is an hour or 2 to get to work, so let it sit out. After an hour or so, filter this juice through a double layer of sieves, let it rest and skim off any bubbles that form on top. Then combine 150 grams of this crystal clear juice with 150 grams of caster sugar, and then add 3 grams of malic acid, which is the acid associated with the tart freshness of green apples. Stir again, bottle, label, and stick in the fridge for later. Time to make my first drink. Alright, so the first drink today is the Ronan Collins, created by good friend Ronan Collins. That's right, his name is Ronan Collins, and this is an Irish whiskey Collins called the Ronan Collins. See what he did there? This is super easy to make. Start by adding to a jar or shaker 25 ml of fresh pressed lemon juice, 15 ml of gum, which is a heavyweight 2-to-1 sugar syrup, and 50 ml of your favourite Irish whiskey. I'm using the infinitely chinnable Jameson, but any Irish whiskey will do. Add ice and give this a good shake, then strain it into a chilled, iced highball glass. And then top up with a splash of soda water. Garnish with a disco wedge of pineapple, then sip this frankly delightful sparkling highball that'll no doubt put a smile on your face and a twinkle in your eye. The Ronan Collins. Sláinte. Okay, so back in the prep kitchen, there are actually 3 pieces of mise en place for this ultra fancy drink we're doing this week, so I'll rattle through them. The first one is a shrub, which is an old school Victorian method of preserving flavour in sweet vinegar. Start by chopping this rather beautiful specimen of a pineapple in half and cubing 300 grams of skinned flesh. Pop this into a large glass container and cover with 300 grams of raw cider vinegar with the mother. That just means that the good micro beasties are all still alive. Set this to ferment at room temperature for 48 hours, which is plenty of time for the vinegar to take on some wonderfully earthy pineapple notes. Once rested, strain out the pulp and bits through a coffee filter and then stir in 300 grams of caster sugar. Keep stirring until the sugar has dissolved completely, then bottle, label, and keep in the fridge for when it's needed. This will mellow out and change over time, so keep tasting it to find that sweet spot. I find it tastes best after a week or so. So while that's resting, let's make another drink. The second drink is this killer daiquiri style beverage that makes me want to feel sand between my toes again. Remember that feeling? Start by adding to a jar or shaker 30 ml of pineapple cordial straight from the fridge. 30 ml of the delicious Scottish rum from the great folks behind Bramble, Seawolf. 10 ml of Trois Rivières, which is a killer grassy agricole rum. 15 ml of Baldoria Bianco, which is a bright and herbaceous Bianco style vermouth. And 15 ml of fresh pressed lemon juice. Add plenty of ice and shake vigorously until severely frosty, and then strain out into a chilled cocktail glass. Squeeze a lemon coin over the top, then sip enthusiastically and let this heady, zippy eye-opener transport you to faraway places. Bing bong! This is King Pine. Cheers! So back again in the prep kitchen, we're gonna make those other 2 bits of mise en place needed for this last drink. This one is easy enough, just combine 50 ml of passionfruit puree, which is actually super sour, with 75 grams of water and 75 grams of caster sugar. Stir until dissolved, then bottle, label, keep in the fridge. Next, so this is the first time I've made a tincture on my channel. It sounds techie, but it's actually super easy. Start by adding 5 grams of patchouli leaf to a backpack bag or sealable container. This is what shops that sell dream catchers smell like, and it's really potent, so be prepared for your whole kitchen to smell like this. Add 100 grams of gin, just make sure it's over 40% alcohol. Then add 1 drop of cedar oil, which equates to about 1/3 of a gram. Seal the bag, pop into a microwavable tub, and nuke it on full power for 60 seconds in 5-second intervals. You really need to keep an eye on this, as alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water. It can blow up pretty quickly. Once nuked, stick in the freezer and chill out for an hour. When everything is nicely chilled, pass through a coffee filter and then store in a dasher or dropper bottle. That's it. Let's get on with this drink. Oh yes, this is a drink I created a while ago, and it has followed me around pretty much everywhere I go. It is a naughty, tropical banger, even if I do say so myself. To a tall, iced highball glass, add 15 ml of fresh pressed lemon juice, 10 ml of passionfruit syrup, 10 ml of rested pineapple shrub, which lends an entirely different acidity to the drink than lemon juice will. 2 big dashes of the patchouli and cedar tincture we just made, 35 ml of the delicious Porter's Modern Classic Gin, which is a bright and citrusy London dry style. Then add 40 ml of soda water, then top up with 40 ml of a very hoppy pale ale. I'm using Lever, which is a double dry hopped pale from the great folks at Fallen Brewing Company in the heart of Scotland. Garnish with a few pineapple leaves and some dehydrated citrus. This thing is straightforward, but also super complex all at once. It starts off like a juicy tropical highball, then dries out thanks to the hoppy beer, and lifts through to a heady aromatic finish thanks to that woody tincture. Now, you could go ahead and make all this at home, or you could just get the Hippy Fizz in a can. I partnered up with White Box Canned Cocktails a little while ago to make this a reality. There is a link in the description if you want to go take a look for yourself. The inimitable Hippy Fizz. Cheers! There you go, team. 3 cocktails using the Tropicalist pineapple. Now, I know I didn't make any tiki drinks. That might be on purpose. I might be making a tiki special sometime soon. But if you did enjoy what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Stick a comment down below with the one thing you want to see me tackle in the future. My face will pop up here very, very soon. Click that to subscribe, and you'll be informed when new videos drop every week. But until next time, take it easy, be good, love you, bye.